good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are watching us. Now, those who have been following our story, this is part 3 of Sabiti's story. Herbert Sabiti is an author, and he will tell us more about himself, but most importantly, he's the president of the PK, and this is PK edition. And so we have been moving his story so far. We've covered his primary school, secondary school. We are now at campus, and so he's going to greet us and take us through yet another level of his life. And let's continue to learn from him. So welcome once again, Sabiti Herbert.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so we can continue from there, from where you stopped. For those who still want to know the whole story, please go back and watch part 1 and part 2 so that you can keep track of the whole story.
Like she has said, I'm an author, I'm a businessman, and the president of Pastors Children Association of Uganda. And I'm happy that you could host me on this important program, especially for the youth, because the youth are my heartbeat. It's like the way the fish can swim in water. When I'm talking to the youth, I can just speak until cows come home.
Wow.
Yeah, so I joined Makerere University Business School on the Bachelor of Business Administration, and it was an interesting journey. I remember very well during the orientation week. During the orientation week, our principal, Professor Balunwa, told us that he at MOOCs, he has created business leaders and business managers around the globe, and you also can go and change the community. But he also told us that, like, among us, the people he has trained, there are some who have failed in life. So it is a choice, either to go and change the business world or to remain here and you die from here. So I took it seriously. He's a good man. I love and respect you, Professor Balunwa, for such a kind of word. Sometimes a person can say words and someone picks it and runs with it. So that's why I actually appreciate this program, because the people you host are very credible, and I implore young people to always watch such a kind of programs, because you learn one or two things. Yeah, at MOOCs, of course, it was another experience where I was now more focused, and I knew what I wanted, and I learned. And to take you back, when I was in primary, I wanted to be a primary teacher.
That's all you knew.
When I was in secondary, I envied the secondary school teachers, so I upgraded my ambition to secondary school. So when I reached that university, I upgraded. I wanted to be a lecturer, so I worked so hard to get first grade, and unfortunately I missed by a few points to get first grade, so I never got that chance of being a lecturer. But since I never got a chance of being a lecturer, I started my own school, business school, that Regina College.
Still teaching people.
Still teaching people. Even now, I think this is. I'm teaching even right now, so I think I love teaching. I love teaching. So when I was at MOOCs, I was trained with Family Planning Association of Uganda as a peer counselor. So I managed to see I've been in the youth lives since then, since my semester back. So I was even to counsel my peers at the university. And that's what the major thing I used to do. But now the thing that I regret so much at university is that you see, we used to study only 4 hours in a day. 4 hours, but mostly 3 hours. Sometimes 2 hours. Okay, let's go to the maximum of 4 hours a day. Out of 24 hours in a day, I don't account for 20 hours what I did for 20 hours. Because I think if you are at university, you can work and study, or you can study even two courses. If I knew what I wanted, I would have maybe studied ACCA or CPA together with bachelors, and you can make it. So they waste time a lot at university. That you cannot even do anything at university, and you waste all those 3 years. I think it's something I regret, and thank God for you who's watching. If you're at campus, think through what you can do. Because now you can now use YouTube to train yourself for other things, to have a skill. At least you must, even above career, you should have a skill that can help you. If you look for a job and you can't get it, that skill can bring money in your pocket. So that's the one thing I regret
and you are totally right. Me too. I studied mass communication, and I had chances of even working as because even that's the kind of job where you are ready for just 30 minutes or on TV, and I had even the connections. But the mindset of to work, I must first finish school. That mindset was in me, that even when I went for internships, my mind was I first finish school, then I come for a job here. Yet I would have utilized that. So for you who have chances, because I never actually got the jobs after. So for you who have chance now, that is why we tell you these things, so that we can change our decisions through you. Yeah, so thank you for highlighting that. Yeah. So
because why I normally emphasize on mentorship is that the mistakes I've made shouldn't do the same mistakes. If you're a young person, you are lucky that there's many people, including myself, who, like through this book, I became naked. I opened up my life, and the people who read this book has transformed them. So whenever you call me, I'm sharing this story in many platforms. I'm free to share, and you learn something, go with it. Don't just watch for the sake of watching. Like I keep saying that it is my future, it is your future, no one else. And another thing is that as the youth, you will not remain a youth. You will not remain depending on your father or your mother or your parents. You will not remain young. You grow up and start paying the rent. You grow up, start paying school fees. You have to grow up. Time will catch you up. If you start early enough, the better. Yeah. So I finished Makerere University.
So before that, at campus, I know there are challenges there. It comes with freedom. Do things at your will, no push, like you've been in high school. Take us through how you manage that life at campus. You have all the time and all the freedom, and then there is life at campus. There is clubbing, there is, that thing of one must have a girlfriend, and probably even a live-in girlfriend. How did you tackle that life?
I think I was ahead of myself. I was mature. First of all, maybe also not having money could have been part of what affected us, but I don't remember.
Protected in your
I don't remember. Protected in my poverty. I don't remember
engaging in
all that. But I remember one time there was someone who got chance and I felt sick and I didn't know she was crashing on me. When I felt sick, she came, they took me to Middle East hospital. And she came, nursed me, be with me until I went back to my hostel. We started being friends and that was it. Because I was not into thinking that after this I should get married. I was not thinking about that. Yeah, and that's like what I can tell you about kind of at campus. And I know my friends whom I studied with, they
can attest to that.
They can attest to that.
That's good. I actually have someone I know, I will not mention your name. He tells me he made a decision he never used to write letters. I knew him right from high school, but he never used to write letters to girls, yet he was in some position, a president of something, of an association, and he never used to reply girls' letters. So when I met him much later in life, he told me, this is a decision I made. Somebody told me, those letters you're writing, if you become an important person in future, that is a past that can follow you up. And he made that decision till he was done with school. So probably you too was one of those who made a decision until I am where I want to be. I can't. Okay, so you're done with university.
Now, it was interesting that my uncle told me to go and stay with him. I said no. So I had to, together with my friends, to rent a room in Mutungo. And
at this point you were working or?
No.
Okay.
I was not working. And we suffered. I know what street means. We used to read papers. You walk from Mutungo to Mobus, because at Mobus there was a notice board where they used to put the daily monitor and the new vision on the notice board. So you go and look for jobs, and little did we know that actually those jobs, they don't just write and they call you. So we wrote letters and put in the post office, put in those organizations, but I wrote 131 applications. None I was invited for. I was invited for one organization, and I never got that job. To a certain bank. I think I failed the second interview. Now the time for graduation in November came. I finished in 2005. Time for graduation came, and my relatives started preparing for a party, and I was not into it. How can I don't have what to eat, and you're preparing, I don't have rent, but you're preparing for a party. Fortunately, they made me what? A treasurer of my party. No, the party for graduation.
Oh, for graduation.
Okay, so when I got the money, I first got my rent areas and paid also in advance.
Contributions from people for
yes, for my graduation. But I told them that, of course, they got annoyed with me. That I think I was right to steal.
It was
celebration.
Yeah.
So I don't first spending these parties and what when you are actually not who you are. Living a fictitious life is very bad. To have a wedding and after wedding you are drowning in loans. It's such a not a good decision to make. So, but by God's help, by God's grace, on the day before graduation, I was graduating tomorrow. Today I made today I sat for an interview to a person whom was an elder, mature, and we used to help him in a discussion. He was studying with us, but he had business. So he had a courier company, and of course he gave me a job. So God gave me a gift on my graduation with a job as an accounts assistant in a courier company. And from there, I made one other stupid, I call it stupid mistake. I don't know whether you accept that word on your show, but it was a stupid mistake. Instead of, yet I grew up knowing the use of money, how to make money and what, but because I was so excited, I got my friends and went to Jagali and finished all the money, the salary in one day. Even we hired a vehicle, and when we were coming back in Mabila, it ran out of fuel and we had no even a single money in our pocket. So we went in the middle of the road and stopped every vehicle that was coming. We said, we have run out of fuel and we don't have money, please give us money. And the people would be shocked. What kind of... And they gave us money and we bought fuel. And put it in the...
Ugandans are generous.
And we put it in the car and came back. Why I said it was a stupid decision is that for 2 years, that decision affected me for 2 years. Ask me how. I had not paid rent. Remember, there is heating, there's transport. So what happened? I started asking for salary advance.
You can't get out of that.
When you start that vicious cycle of salary advance, you can't stop it. Sometimes you make a decision, you make a mistake, and that mistake can take 2 years to come out of that mistake. Just one day made me a slave of salary advance for 2 years. You are watching me. Never be excited in life. Excitement is very bad. Some people get like you. We call it financial temperature. When you are used to having 10 million in your pocket, when you get above 10 million, maybe you get like 20, the temperature goes high. You think of spending it until you go back to the equilibrium of 10 million. So your financial temperature should always be high. You shouldn't be excited because when you don't go back into that equilibrium, you become unsettled. You become unsettled. Someone gets money and what he thinks about is just spending. Not investing, not saving, but just spending. So to you young people, money is just is not just for spending. To me, I take money as a seed. When we were growing up as farmers, our parents used to, my grandmother used to get the best seed and keep it. You remember, even on that pole on the house, they would put those maize to dry properly, to dry, and also keep the best beans and for planting in the season. And I remember she used to keep so much seed that even if there is a famine, she would not touch that seed. It's for planting.
But these days we keep the worst, the bad one is the one
now, there is something Naomi that I learned from her that actually those who used to pick their seeds, they would come to dig for us in exchange of the seed,
of
the seed to plant in their garden. So if you keep eating your seed, You will be the slave to someone who keeps their seed. If you get money and what you think is of eating it and it's not a seed, you will always be a slave to someone who has invested and saved their money. And that's what I can say about that. So, yeah, that's about my life. I went to work, and when I reached there, I had performed very well, almost getting first class. But I found I didn't know anything about. They gave me a computer, and they gave me bank statement, and they gave me bank reconciliation as an accounts assistant. I did accounting very well. I didn't know. So I don't know why we are so in academic, why we are still so theoretical. That someone cannot know what he expects. That's why I started this college, to help people to practically to know, to prepare them to the marketplace. To prepare them to the marketplace, because someone starts and he knows nothing. And the organization spend a lot of money training, and after training you go to another organization. So now that's why organization ask for experience. I used to say, why do they ask for experience? Someone who has already trained. If you need experience, you come to Vision College. I will pay for that advert. And so I didn't know until I learned from there. But later I joined my uncle, Bagine and Company, a real estate firm. And in 2012, in January, I think it was around the 20th. No, I don't remember the exact date. I remembered my dream. My dream was, I had told my friends in the senior 6, they were senior, that me, when I clocked 30 years, I will start my own company. So in 2012, in January, I remembered that I had promised myself to start a company, and I was already 32 years. So I was 2 years late.
Right now you are not married yet, and you're not worried about that?
No, actually, sorry, I got married in 2010. I got married in 2010. By then I was married, and I had a daughter. No, a daughter was born in March. But my dream, remembering my dream, my promise was in January. So I for my bank accounts, there's nothing. How can I now go and start my own business? So what I did in April, remember, we had a young baby who was born in March. In April 30th, I resigned to start this company, Ridgeline.
Without money to start with?
I had on my account, I had 700,000 Uganda shillings, not dollars. And I was staying in the house of 500,000.
So that was rent.
But I resigned, and I had started masters in business administration. But I resigned.
You made a decision.
I made a decision. I dared. In my book, I wrote about daring and how I dared and how I advise people they can dare. Sometimes you say you test the depth of water with one foot. But me, I jumped in both feet. I jumped in both feet. It was not easy. Someone will ask now, how did you survive? I had land, I sold it. sometimes what you have is the one that can serve you. I sold the land, but now I have a lot of land I own. If I had not sold the land to help me through the business and through my family, I would not be having all what I have now. So sometimes people, they can rather even divorce. The wife or the husband can divorce instead of selling what they have, because you are focusing on what you have, but what you have can save you. Instead of you going into depression and madness, you can always, if you still have life, can always replace those things and more, so long as you are so focused. Yeah, so that's how I started Ridgeline and all these other businesses.
So Ridgeline, what is Ridgeline?
We do real estate consultants in real estate. That's what we do. Land surveying, valuation. That's what we do.
Okay, so you started this with knowledge.
Yeah, because where I was working, it was a real estate firm. So I had developed a passion for that business, but I also partnered with other people. Yeah, so that is it.
So if you are also going to jump with both feet, you must have knowledge about what you're going to start.
Exactly.
And the passion. Yeah, because I think all those were able to make you go through. Okay, so yes, you started a company, you struggled through it.
Struggled through it, and up to now we are still building the foundation.
Okay.
It
takes time. Other things.
But I have very many other businesses. We have a construction company, we have a training college, and with other businesses that I own with other people.
Okay, also they tell us about the training college, because I think it
No, when I was doing my masters, when I was doing my masters, I remembered how I struggled, and that's why I started the Ridgeline College. That for us, we are a bridge. We are a bridge to help someone from university to the marketplace. So we have partnered with different organizations. We come and train you, and we prepare you, and we tell you what it takes to go to the marketplace. We send you to those companies. So we have people who are always calling me and looking for me, looking for reliable employees. Now there is something that still bothers me. The level of unemployment is so high, but also organizations don't have the people they want. They are looking for people, they can't see them. Because of it is not unemployment, it is unemployability. That is here. Someone these days, let me say this directly into the camera. Young people have attitudes. They have an attitude. You get a job and you feel like you are entitled. You are entitled for everything. You spend time on social media. You spend time wasting. You want to be rich very fast. You start complaining about the salary when you are barely 2 months or 3 months into the job, and you are not the character. Your character is still wanting. Your boss, I'm still looking for someone who can be trusted with a business. The boss trusts you, the business, he goes out for 2 years and comes back and finds the business is much better. But here, even one day, you cannot be trusted with business with 1 day. So stop crying, government at Tuyambe, or there are no jobs and what. Change your mindset, change your character, and come to me and I mentor you and I will send you into the marketplace. But you need to first change your attitude. You have bad attitude. You are not entitled. You are supposed to make the titles. You have to be worth it. Being entitled is not what is going to take you to places. Make those titles. There is a journey you need to start. You can start, like I started with 400,000 and I worked faithfully until I am where I am now. So there is always a journey you have to start. But don't feel so entitled. Don't feel that some people recently, because I interact with very many young people, someone came and started backbiting about the boss. He said, how is work? How is it going? I resigned. Why did you resign? The boss was so bad. I don't like people who shout at me. What? So I said, okay, so now do you have a job? No. Do you have a business? No. If you don't want to be shouted at, you start your own business. You start your own job. Simple. But maybe because I went to Egypt in 2018. I went to Egypt. A young boy, I think around 8 years, was selling something. I don't remember what it was. I didn't need it. So I said, no, I don't want it. So he said, now you want me to die? If you don't buy it, how will I survive in this desert? Maybe because we have food, we have people, we have where to sleep and what. That's the kind of behaviors we are. But let me tell you, if you struggle, like the way I struggled when I was on the street, if you happen to struggle like that, you will not say, you will value what you have. I am telling you, there are many employers who are looking for some workers from me, and I cannot just put a signature. Don't read, don't listen to this and you come saying I'm going to give you a job. I cannot just put a signature to any person because my endorsement matters so much. My image matters so much. So young people out there, it's not that I'm rough and tough on you and I'm supposed to. That's what life is. Life is not an entitlement. Make those titles.
Wow, that is great. So let us talk about this book, Young and Flourishing.
Young and Flourishing. When I was at MOOBS, I used to get time to write about my life, my story in how do they call it, journal? In the journals. And so in 2018, I went to Israel. I got a conviction that since I'm training young people, I should put my life into writing. So this book is divided into, there are two books in one. One I talk about my story, the way I mentioned, but now the book is detailed and comical. But the truth, I didn't put any lie. The language is comical, and then I also talk about what I've learned in this life, the life principles. Life principles, I talk about 5 life principles. Number 1 is the roots. The roots is that I have learned in my 43 years, I'm 43. In this life I've learned and I've seen people who grew up in a poor background and they, up to now, they are still lamenting in our family we are poor and they have remained poor. I have also seen people who grew up in a poor background like me, and they changed their mindset. They have worked hard against all odds, and they are making it in life. I have seen also people who have grown up in rich families, they're blind kids, and they have utilized that opportunity and they are flourishing in life. And unfortunately, I've also seen people who grew up in a rich background. The parents were very rich, but after the parents have passed on, these people have sold everything and now they are begging. I've seen them, I have them, I know them. So
it is you.
It is you as an individual. So I put it in the book, the roots, that you stop lamenting about the background, but change your mindset and you'll make it in life. That's chapter number 1. Number 2, I talk about money. Money is not about spending only. So I talk about how you can make money, how you can multiply money, and how to break through the bondage of poverty. Now what I hate in this world is poverty. When someone abuses you,
Why do you say it a number of times?
when someone says people are, that's the worst abuse, that's the worst curse.
Poverty robs you of your dignity, and I think I read it on the group of Young and Flourishing.
Yes.
And it's stuck in my mind.
Yeah, so poverty is so but now the third chapter I talk about daring. How I dared about the business, how young people can dare, even old people how they can dare. So I talk about daring. And the 4th chapter I talk about mentorship. It's very important to have a mentor. And you young people, don't waste time. Mentors don't have time. And so I talk about how you can get a mentor and what you need to do when you are with a mentor. So that's what I talk about. And then the final one, number 5, I talk about strategy. If you don't have strategy, you will always be in other people's plan. If you don't have plan, you will always be in other people's plans. So that's what I talk about.
This is a must-have book. It's a must-buy. So how much does it go for?
The book is for 50,000. Each copy is for 50,000. But when I was writing the book now, God convicted me that it's not just a book. Remember the story I told you about in my semester vacation? I thought about if I could transform a community without money. Now that I have some small monies, why can't I go ahead and transform Africa? So my vision is big, so that's why we started Young and Flourishing Foundation, and we built a network. We are targeting 50 million young people who are fearless, young people who know what they want. We want to mentor them, and they go and mentor others in business and career. That's what we are doing right now. And our vision is to have many businesses, young people owning big business, international businesses, young people owning real estate farms, young people, and as a foundation, including members, we want to have a bank for young people where they can save and borrow and go and do businesses. That's our huge business. That's our huge vision, and we are working hand in hand with different organizations and the universities. We are training and making people ready for this change.
So the Young and Flourishing Foundation, how does one be part of it and join?
There are 2 categories. There are young people who are mentees. Young people who are mentees who can join as a life member. You just pay 1 million Uganda shillings, and we'll train you and we'll mentor you throughout. Then as a mentor, who if you are above 40 years, 35 and above, as a mentor, you can also pay 1 million as a life member, and you are given a responsibility to mentor two people per year. So those 2 people, and you also go and mentor others, and also those who have maybe mentored others. That's how we are going to multiply to make 50 million young people. Yeah. The advantage of being a life member, number one, as I've told you, we want to do a members bank. A members bank is only for members, and that 1 million is not it's not that you have bought shares, but it will give you an opportunity to buy shares, because we want to first, we are working on the foundation, so that 1 million of course helps to run the foundation, but also helps us to start the foundation of the bank, so that at the time the legalities and all that, at the time that we launch it, the members who have paid 1 million are the ones to have shares, not the outsiders. Even borrowing, lending, we shall be doing it to only the young and flourishing members.
Oh, today we really, I think you agree with me, this is not the last time we are hosting Herbert, because he has a lot to offer. He's here for you young people, and the show is here for him. And so we thank you for joining us. So if there is anything you would like to tell the young person out there, the akatalekeka and the emphasis that you need to give, please give it to them, and then they wrap it up.
Yeah. Don't live in a hopeless situation. One, I think I was born to help you, young person who's watching me. Don't live in a hopeless situation. Together we can make it. Number 2, it's not about your parents, it's not about your friends, it's about you. And God is relying on you to make Africa a better place to live. That's what I can tell you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Herbert Pt. I'm leaving with my own copy of this, so you can as well order yours. Where can we find these books? And if you're free to share your contacts, we shall run them on the screen.
Okay, yeah, the books are in all the bookshops across the country, but also here at Uganda Road, and my contacts are 0701 501650. On WhatsApp is 0752 501650. Follow me on social media. I think I'm on LinkedIn and the X. Is it X? We say Twitter as Sabit Herbert. You can always follow me, and also you can always follow us on similar pages, Young and Flourishing. We have a lot in stock for you. You can also visit my website, sabitharbert.com. I normally share a lot on that website, and you can also visit Young and Flourishing website to see what we are doing. I call upon everyone, including you and the producer behind the scenes, behind the camera, to join this real revolution. The vision is so big, but if the vision does not scare you, then it's not big enough. So it is scary, but together we can do it.
Wow. Wow, what can I say? PK edition has launched with, blast. I feel we are going to even inspire more through this program, more than the general transition show that we've been doing. But we thank God that we launched it with our leader, and I believe you've learned a lot. Me, I have learned intentionality. He was so intentional right from childhood, and he built it like that. So young people learn to be intentional in what you're doing. Success is not an accident. You intentionally choose to succeed. You intentionally choose the future you want to have, and anything you want to achieve, you must choose and decide to take it. That is something I take home from this interview. Thank you so much, Herbert, for joining us. It has been sponsored by Young and Flourishing and Ridgeline College. He said he will pay for that advert. So we thank you for having joined us, and young people, please go ahead and take on these opportunities. They are meant for you. Buy the book, join Young and Flourishing, so that you can become the kind of person you need to be. Truly, we need these trainings because people are there but they lack the training. And so thank you so much. It's been Naomi and Ronnie Mutebi on the camera and in production. Thank you. Till we meet again. Shalom. Bye-bye.